Cristiano Ronaldo, what a football player, but it wasn't always easy for him. Here is his story from a little boy who was begging for food to one of the most successful and best football players ever. It all started here on February 5th, 1985 on the Portuguese island of Madeira. The crazy thing, his parents first thought about an abortion. They were poor and could barely feed their 3 other children. His father was a gardener and a kit manager at the regional club CF Andorina. His father often took his 3-year-old son to work, and Ronaldo played with the balls while he was there. He was obsessed with football. He didn't care about school. He trained and trained and trained. And it showed. At the age of 10, he moved to Nacional Funchal in Madeira and won the youth championship in his first year. But not everything was as easy as it seemed. His father was drunk almost every day, and the family still had little money. So Ronaldo often went to McDonald's to ask for free burgers. It's 1997. Ronaldo is one of the most promising 12-year-olds in Madeira, and he got a unique chance. A trial session at Sporting Lisbon. The scouts saw a thin little boy, but on the ball he was fantastic, and they decided to bring him to Lisbon. But what Ronaldo didn't know back then, it was going to be extremely difficult for him. He was laughed at for his Madeiran accent, and he was alone, away from his family and friends. At only 12 years old, maybe it was better to fly back to Madeira. He decided to stay and show everyone in Lisbon what he was made of. His teammates and coaches were overwhelmed by his training mentality. He was the first on the training pitch and the last one that left. People said he was skinny, so he started to work out. He just got better and better. But in 2000, he got shocking news. He was diagnosed with racing heart syndrome. His heart was beating fast even when he didn't do any sport. And at just 15 years old, it seemed like Cristiano's career was already over. His family decided for an operation. Everything went well. And after a 3-month break, he returned to the football pitch. And then the time had come. On August 14th, 2002, Cristiano Ronaldo came on as a substitute. He made his professional debut at the age of 17. His dream had come true, but Ronaldo was just getting started. He impressed with his dribblings and moves on the pitch, and by the time he was 18, the big clubs had their eyes on him. But Ronaldo wanted a club that could help him achieve his ultimate goal, to become the best player in the world. And one club in particular appealed to him: Manchester United. On August 12, 2003, he joined Sir Alex Ferguson in England for around $19 million, a transfer that would change their lives forever. At the start of the season, Ronaldo wanted the same number he had at Lisbon, 28, but Ferguson saw greatness in him and gave him the legendary Manchester United number 7, worn by George Best, Cantona and Beckham. And on August 16, 2003, the first day of the new season, young Ronaldo entered Old Trafford for the first time.
Here is Ronaldo again.
In addition, he now earned around $2 million per year. He made it from being a poor boy begging for burgers to the one who helped his entire family out of poverty. But there were problems. Despite his successful debut, he had trouble adapting to the English style of play. He was physically still weak, and his tricks didn't always go down well with his teammates. Manchester United finished third, and Ronaldo didn't always live up to expectations. But there was still a chance to save the season. FA Cup final, Manchester versus Millwall. It's 0-0, and we're in the 44th minute. Ronaldo helped Man U win, and he won his first title. But a few weeks later, his heart got shattered. Summer 2004, European Championship in his home country, Portugal. And he, the 19-year-old, was nominated for the final squad. Alongside legends like Figo and Deco, Ronaldo played his way into the starting team during the tournament. And Portugal, carried by the fans, did the unbelievable. They made it to the final and were even the favorite against Greece. They played well and had good chances.
Ability to good effect, and Miguel makes good ground.
But then
That won the match in the semi-final, but they've got a goal here.
Greece scored and won the Euro. Portugal and young Ronaldo were devastated. In the 2 years that followed, Ronaldo developed into a top performer for Manchester. And in the 2006-2007 season, Man U played an amazing season, and Ronaldo changed from his first season. He was physically strong now, knew when to dribble and when to pass the ball. And we saw for the first time a shot that Ronaldo kept showing throughout his career: the knuckleball.
Ronaldo, that's better. Oh, that's a whole lot better.
And at the end of the Premier League season, he had done it. Manchester United won the Premier League. He won his first championship. The next season was even better. Manchester won the championship again and made it to the Champions League final. It was against Chelsea, and in the 26th minute,
Here's Brown. For Ronaldo!
was that the win?
Lampard, right on half-time, Chelsea are level.
Lampard equalized, and the game went into penalties. It was Ronaldo's turn, and he missed. What a tragedy, but someone else missed too. John Terry. Van der Sar saved Anelka's shot, and Ronaldo won the Champions League for the first time. Overall, he scored 42 goals, 31 just in the Premier League alone. He was now where he always wanted to be, at the top. But then the shock. He injured his ankle and had to have an operation. He missed 11 games, and many were afraid that he would not be the same again. But he came back stronger than ever.
Now Ronaldo. A long way out. What a goal!
And after his goal against Porto, it was clear to everyone that Ronaldo still had big plans. In 2008, he achieved what he had always dreamed of. He got his first Ballon d'Or. He was now officially the best player in the world. In the 2008-2009 season, Manchester became champion again and made it to the Champions League final. But this time they lost to Barcelona. And after 6 successful years and a total of 3 English championships, 3 cup victories, the Champions League victory, and winning the FIFA Club World Cup, Ronaldo decided to start a new chapter. Real Madrid. In 2009, he moved to Spain for 94 million euros. 90,000 people came to the Bernabeu just to see his introduction, and he was now earning 12 million a year. In his first season, he scored 33 goals in 35 games, but Madrid didn't win a single title. That changed next year. In the Copa del Rey, he headed the winning goal and Madrid won. 2011, 2012, then the next success. He won the Spanish championship for the first time. But his first years were not always filled with wins. He scored a lot of goals, but in his first 4 years with Madrid, they weren't able to go past the half-final of the Champions League. Barcelona, however, dominated, and Lionel Messi won the Ballon d'Or 4 times in a row. Ronaldo was disappointed. Summer 2013, a new season, and with it the renewed attempt at Madrid's big goal, La Décima, winning the 10th Champions League title. It was a great season for Ronaldo. He got his second Ballon d'Or, and then on May 24th, 2014, the big day, Champions League final against city rivals Atletico Madrid, in the place where it all began for Ronaldo, in Lisbon. Atletico took the lead, and it looked like they were going to win. But then, in the 93rd minute, Sergio Ramos with a goal, extra time. Madrid scored twice, and then Ronaldo converted a penalty. And he and Madrid won the Champions League. And that was just the beginning. Ronaldo played for Madrid for 9 years. He won the Champions League 4 times and the FIFA Club World Cup 3 times, 2 Spanish championships, and he won the Spanish Cup twice. He was top scorer countless times and won 4 Ballon d'Or during his time with Real. And on top of that, he scored 451 goals in 438 games. What a statistic. And there was one more unforgettable moment for him during his time at Madrid. It's 2016 European Championship in France, but things were not going well for Portugal. They didn't win a single game in the group stage and were lucky to advance to the next round after placing 3rd in their group. Somehow they made it to the final, led by their captain Ronaldo. He finally wanted to make people forget the disaster of 2004, but then the shock. Payet tackled Ronaldo in the first half, and he got injured and had to be substituted out of the game in the 25th minute. It seemed that the Euro final trauma was repeating itself. He cheered on his team from the sideline, extra time, and in the 109th minute, Eder made Portugal champion of Europe, and Ronaldo won the first title with Portugal. In 2018, after winning the Champions League for the 4th time, he decided to leave Madrid and he moved to Italy, to Juventus Turin. He was 33 years old at the time, and Juventus paid about 110 million euros transfer fee. Never before had so much been paid for a player over 30 years of age. And Ronaldo did what he always did. He scored and scored and scored. Unforgettable, the game in the Champions League versus Atletico. Madrid won the first leg 2-0, and everyone thought Juventus would not be able to come back. But then came Ronaldo. He scored twice and then converted a penalty. 3-0. Ronaldo again was Atletico's worst nightmare. In 3 years, he helped Juventus to 5 titles, including 2 Serie A titles. But the dream of winning the Champions League with Juve was never realized. At the age of 36, Ronaldo wanted another change, and he returned to his old place of work, Manchester United. But what first began as a fairy tale
Knocks it down. Lingard. Ronaldo!
ended as a nightmare. While he was playing well in his first season, he seemed sluggish after the arrival of the new coach Ralf Rangnick. When the coach was replaced by Ten Hag, Ronaldo often had to sit on the bench. And in November 2022, the sad end. Manchester United and Ronaldo terminated the contract with immediate effect. But it wasn't over for Ronaldo. On January 1st, 2023, he joined the Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr. Annual salary $200 million. The times of poverty were over for him. Over the years, he dominated football. He made himself a strong brand and shaped a whole era with Messi. Some football players are good dribblers, some are good strikers, some are extremely fast, and others are great in the air. But Ronaldo was everything. He has scored over 800 goals in his career so far, which is more goals than Griezmann, Bale and Salah scored together. He won the Ballon d'Or 5 times and won a total of 32 titles with his clubs. And he showed us all that the impossible is possible. From a poor boy to a football superstar.